He's really able to bother offensive players.
Ibaka just gives you everything you want out of a hustle player. I mean, he plays tough, in-your-face D, and on offense, he's got no problem banging down low for extra possessions or putback dunks, and he's becoming a little more polished in his face-up game.
They're just off a road trip, and the Wizards are looking to settle back here at home. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
Well, right now for the Wizards, with the way they started the season, they'd have you thinking they were one of the favorites coming in instead of the exact opposite.
Yeah, Clark, I mean, there were a lot of teams getting a ton of attention in the preseason, and let's just say they were not one of them.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Passes to Doc. 6 to shoot. Washington needs to get a shot off here. No. Hits it from three-point range.
How about that for a response?
We'll say they can give the three as well as they can take the three. You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29. And I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Lamb. Here's Okafor. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up, and he can't hit the second. Well, now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Randy Whip. Doris?
He told me one of the more troubling tasks his team must do is to figure out how to slow down Russell Westbrook. He said that between his explosiveness and ability to change direction, they'll have to have all 5 guys keeping an eye on Westbrook whenever he's on the perimeter.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
Great job capitalizing on that steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Exactly how it should be done after a turnover.
Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, and the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work and want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful. Second foul of the first quarter. They're probably going to have to sit him down here to try to avoid number 3.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Washington?
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Wizards making a switch here. Perkins is checked in. And so here is Oklahoma City following the bucket by the Wizards. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Clutch. Durant, the pass to Okafor. Back to Durant. There's the bucket. Good.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Boston Celtics.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too. I mean, the way they just kept coming at them, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work. Well, his heart might be in Oklahoma City now, but growing up, Kevin Durant said he wanted to be, of all things, a Raptor. That's right, he was a Raptor fan. A lot of it, he said, was just wanting to be part of something new.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And here's Westbrook from the arc. The shot is off, and it's Washington the other way. Here's Hughes. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And going back to Durant, I'm sure the Raptors would have loved to have had him. I got to be honest, I did not know he grew up a Raptors fan.
I had no idea. I'm guessing maybe he fell in love with Vince Carter at the dunk contest.
Maybe that was it, yeah. James Harden, he's checked in for Washington. And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's his first foul. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Clutch. And Adams kicks to Rivers. Good D by Harden.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Lynn's shot is off.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
9 feet out. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Harden, and it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Now here's Lynn. Covered by Cephalosha. It's taken away by Collison. Rivers with it. Right now averaging 5 points a game. On the money from 12 feet away. Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Miami Heat.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Here's Fisher. James Harden picking up that last basket. And Lynn comes to help. Collison with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Cephalosha dishes to Rivers. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Washington. Hardaway comes in for lights out. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Jameson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Thunder trailing by 4. Rivers off a pick from Collison. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game. Hashim Thabit, he's checked in for Adams. He kicks to Cephalosha. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Pass to Fisher. There's the feed to Thabit. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
Here's Fisher. Shot is off. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Wizards lead by. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Austin Rivers is out there with Derek Fisher. Then there's Roberson. Then there's Hashim Thabit. And it's Collison at the power forwards position. Gets it to go. Lynn's got 5 points in the quarter.
Quick hands on the steal. Quick feet on the break.
Costly mistake to fork that ball over and then not get back on deep.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 1, the Wizards.
Yeah, plain and simple, they do not take bad shots. They really share the ball. They get great player and ball movement, and that's why they shoot the percentage that they do.
Roberson gets the bucket. Roberson's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys. You know, guys, you look at Austin Rivers, and he has the speed and elusiveness that you want from a player with his style and size. He doesn't have any problem getting by somebody to get into the lane. But for him to be a positive contributor, he's got to learn to finish with more consistency. And that's just a matter of work and time.
Collison with the screen for Rivers. That one off the back iron and out.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
A nice shot by Lynn.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And, you know, he is an extremely skilled player attacking off the dribble, too. I mean, he's got a great pull-up jumper as well, Steve.
Emeka Okafor is checked in for the Thunder. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Look at the Lakers. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, the Thunder, a few slots below them.
You know, I think for Oklahoma City, this team has been a little off their normal pace here in the early going, but they've still got plenty of time to get it corrected, and if they do, they'll be dangerous.
Yeah, this is a group that's consistently among the premier teams in the league. You've got to figure it's only a matter of time before they really get it clicking.
And the Thunder making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. And for Rivers, a great ball handler. But he's a little undersized and doesn't have that elite athleticism, I guess I would say.
I think that made it tougher for him to adjust to the size of players at the NBA level. He's got a scorer's mindset, but he needs to work on how he's going to beat the second defender. Maybe it's a pull-up jump shot, a floater, drawing a foul.
Now here's Lynn. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Left side, Lynn. Harden outside. Bynum inside. Durant with the steal. Westbrook passes to O'Neal. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Gives him the lead pass. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Lin. Harden's got his second basket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Gets the bucket.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he's still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Now in transition is Lynn here with... Oh!
Look out!
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Kevin, it's still early on in the season, but let's take a moment to see where the Thunder sit right now. Second in blocks, fourth in rebounding, and they also show up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. That's elite level marksmanship at the stripe.
And Clark, let's talk about those blocks, because you know what that does? When you're a guard and you've got great shot blockers behind you, it allows you to play with more aggressiveness on the perimeter, and that can really disrupt an offense.
The Thunder with another miss.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And the jam by Jermaine O'Neal.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Now Westbrook after the missed three from Clutch. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line. Like some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
And for O'Neal, at one time, a 24-point per game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran player. And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. It's Durant on the wing. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. And you look at Clutch, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
You know, there's always some firepower in every freshman class, and even among those top guns, he's the best of the best. Certainly, he'll be an offensive force for years to come.
And I was really excited for him to get his chance to play, Steve, and he has not disappointed anybody this season. He is a true talent.
59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. For three, Westbrook. Rebounded by the Wizards. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Here's Hugh. That's good. Clutch has got 9 points in the quarter.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
And they're on the break. Got the pass to Clutch. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He is just tearing it up this court. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Thunder trailing by 21. And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Outside Durant. Shot to stop the run. Here's Adams. But he recovers it. Back to Westbrook. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's good. Washington has gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. Here's Clutch. 29 points for him last game against Boston.
And he was so good defensively, anticipating every pass. He had a ton of steals in that game.
Fires from deep. And the shot is good. Clutch has got 25 points in the game. Here's Lamb. No good. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Washington out in front, running away with it. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Now let's go straight to the Monday night halftime report. The Wizards came out with a full head of steam. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. Clutch putting on a clinic against Oklahoma City. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. For the Thunder, though, in this one,
The Sprint halftime report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Just an amazing game for Clutch. 25 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And those steals are all the evidence you need of just how high his basketball IQ is. He really sees the floor well defensively.
Clutch out there with Doc. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Lights Out. And it's Bynum in at the 5, down low. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Clock at 6. Lamb. 3-pointer. And Bynum pulls it down.
Won't happen right away, but Jeremy Lamb has all the tools, I think, to be a fantastic defender at the NBA level. Young players oftentimes take a couple of years to figure it out defensively, but he's got everything he needs to be elite at that end.
And Jeremy Lamb, a 6'11" wingspan for this kid. He's shown promise offensively as well.
Very smooth with that jump shot. He can finish big time when he gets to the rim. Still young and paying his dues, but you got to love his upside. A lot of potential.
It's Durant on the wing. Right side Durant. The kick out to Westbrook. This one for 3. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists tonight.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Doc tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Thunder trailing by 21. For 3, Westbrook. That is good. Westbrook's got 6 here in this quarter.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
You know, often when we think of freakish athleticism in the NBA, it's those with strength and explosiveness like LeBron or Dwight Howard. But Kevin Durant physically is unique in his own right. Sure, he's got a slight build, but his mobility for his height, unparalleled.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Ibaka. Harden comes in for Lights Out. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Clutch.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Lamb dishes to Okafor. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Andrew Bynum.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Thunder have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
That's been a great year for them overall at the stripe, hitting about 82% of their foul shots. Impressive.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool and consistent at the stripe this year, I mean, that's impressive.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. You think about the length of Kevin Durant, reach of a center with the fluidity, speed of a guard.
Such a rare combination, Kevin, and it gives them a huge advantage at both ends of the floor. I mean, defensively, you think about the blocks and the steals and the rebounds, and then offensively, the ability to play above his opponents. His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Machine Thabit, he's checked in for Okc Again. The Wizards shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Durant, the pass to Westbrook, and it's a foul called on Doc. That's his first foul.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Hasheem Thabit. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Land kicks to Collison. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
The pass to Doc. He dishes it to Harden. Here is Doc, defended by Durant. Here's Doc. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 4 assists now tonight. Thunder trailing by 21. Now Fisher. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Dishes to Collison. Outside Durant. Lamb. Here's the 3. And the Thunder another 3.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
Fisher against Land. The 3 from Harden. Can't get it to go.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Fisher with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Durant for 3. Oklahoma City the rebound. O'Neal dishes to Collison. That's good. Collison's got 4 this quarter.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Wizards leading by 16. Passes it to Doc. Drills it from outside.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
There's the 3. Here's O'Neal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. O'Neal's got 5 now.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Washington calls timeout. And a new group in here for the Thunder. And now let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. Number 1, the Wizards. The Thunder in 4th.
And both these teams are going to be extremely aggressive trying to attack the rim because they're so good from the foul line.
Out to Hardaway. Back to Lynn. He feeds it to Nova. Lights out. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Long's got his second bucket.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense. Let's take a look at some numbers for Kevin Durant. 1st in scoring, 12th in blocks, and his three-point field goal accuracy has been really impressive. He's ranked in the top 15.
And, Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Derek Fisher.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Washington leading now by 18. Then the pass to Hardaway. There's 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Hardaway. Rebound, Washington. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
A lot of fans focused on that matchup for Portland.
And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Durant. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Passed along. Fires for three. The shot is off. Now here is Cephalosha, defended by Long. It's Westbrook with the drive. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Well, his free throw numbers this year are below 70%. So when he's getting to the line, he has not been effective.
I think it's been a disappointing year for him at the stripe, guys. I mean, he hasn't been as
well through three. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
So for Oklahoma City right now, backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. Okafor out there with Jermaine O'Neal. And it's Durant in at the three spot.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Outside Westbrook. Kicks to Lamb. It's up a three. Gets it to go.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Durant kicks to O'Neal. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
Washington calls timeout. Clutch is checked in for the Wizards. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Westbrook gets a screen from Okafor. Westbrook, no good.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
And there's the pass to Long. And again, Washington, no good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator-armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And there's the call on Bynum. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Look at Clutch. He's really been playing well.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching them.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Okafor kicks to Durant. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Clutch. Here's Harden on the wing. Lets the three fly. Good. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter. Thunder trailing by 13. Lamb dishes to Westbrook. Feeds it to Okafor. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Lamb and Okafor slams it in. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Clutch. He's covered by Westbrook. Harden can't hit.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Shot's good by Durant.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. Oh, that's blocked. And here we go. Washington fast break. Bynum the pass to Clutch. Here's lights out. And another miss by Washington. And there's the call on Bynum. That will be foul number 5 on him. Stolen.
Well, since halftime, Kevin, they've yet to commit a turnover. That's something they must have addressed at the break.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Westbrook back to Durant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to O'Neal. There's the dish to Durant. Pass to Westbrook. From the top of the key. The shot is off. And it's Washington the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Here's shooting. Out to Ibaka. Passes it to Clutch. Here is Doc. He's covered by Westbrook. The shot's good from Doc.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number one for this defense.
It really does. I mean, it's not possible to give up that many points behind the arc and not pay the price in the end.
Westbrook gets to Durant. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch the duck.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who's made the power slam his trademark, Kevin. So we'll just have to see who he throws it down on tonight.
And you know what? He's like a tank when he's coming down the lane. Lay into him as hard as you can. They're not going to be able to knock him off balance.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're behind by 12. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Westbrook against Land. He kicks to Land. He passes to O'Neal. And that one's good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
1:27 left in the game. Lamb dishes to Westbrook. 7-foot shot. Misses off the right iron.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Thunder trailing by 12. The feed now to Land. The putback. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well. Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Rebound, Washington.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Harden kicks to Lynn. He dishes it to Green. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. From downtown, Cephalosha's shot is good. Knocked away and stolen by Cephalosha. A nice shot by Rivers. Here is Harden. Lets it go from deep. That drops. And the Wizards lead by 10.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
And that is good.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Goes up off the inbound. Misses. And so it's the Wizards with the W.